The art dip before the shift. Are you feeling pessimistic? Do you want to cancel everything? Are you really doubting your art? And do you kind of feel like you're failing? And you want to throw in the towel and you want to say, F it, I don't want to do this anymore. Well, this video is made for you. The dip is not failure in any way. It's just like hitting that threshold, right? We see the dip, it's like right here. It's that part where it's like, oh wow, we're standing at the bottom of this mountain and it's super steep. Are you gonna climb it or do you wanna turn around? It always shows up right before you're gonna grow. It shows up right before you're gonna expand, and it shows up right before you get clarity. I haven't read the book, but I watched a YouTube video where Seth, I think Godin, calls this the dip. And this is the part where he notes that most people just quit. They said, I don't want to do it. I'm going to try something else. It's not because they're not capable. It's because it got uncomfortable. Those are two totally different things. And it always spikes right before you do the hard thing. Always, right? We're standing at the bottom of the mountain and you're looking up and you're going, I'm not going to climb that mountain. That looks way too hard. And your body just kind of freezes up and says, no, let's go home. Let's go back to the cabin where they have hot chocolate. Most people quit right before it works. And in creativity, the dip feels so personal. And I'm talking to you guys, the creatives out there. Sales slow down. Engagement drops. I have felt that. Motivation fades and you say, I'm just gonna rest for the weekend and maybe for the rest of this week and maybe for the rest of this month, and I'm just gonna continue to rest, which is really procrastination showing up and being your good little friend trying to keep you safe and at the bottom of the mountain. You start doubting yourself and you start doubting your process and everything slows down. Your nervous system is saying, danger, danger. Don't go up that mountain. It's too scary. Don't do it. You're going to fall down and you're going to roll all the way back. So why even bother? Don't do it. Anybody else feel that way? But the fear is not a sign that you're off path. You're actually on the right path. The creative dip is not about talent. It is about visibility wounds. It's about worthiness. It's about being seen, doing something that really matters to you. You ever notice if you do something that's really important and you really care about, like showing up, your body will signal to you like, okay, are you sure you want to be that vulnerable? But if you do something like really small, like take out the garbage, your body's like, whatever, who cares? Everybody takes out the garbage. You can take out the garbage. You're not going to dance to the garbage can, but if you did, people would be like, oh wow, they really like taking out the garbage. It's like low stakes. But if you're going out and you're doing karaoke and there's eyeballs on you and you want to perform, it means so much more. So that's why it feels so much more raw than taking out the garbage. There's something about art and it carries that identity within you. And if somebody rejects your art, your craft, your offering, your workshop, whatever it is that you're trying to share, that deeper part of yourself, that authentic, raw, that it is all you and this is your love and passion. And if somebody rejects you, you're like, oh my God, I've just been shot. I'm going down. That's it. There's nothing else. This is why the dip is so much of the shadow work, the deeper work that's inside. I want to look at it in a spiritual lens. I like the holistic aspect. Why does this bother us so much? The dip is the initiation. We're standing at the bottom of the mountain. We're ready to do it. And this is the part where you're like, am I going to put on the headband and be Rambo and let the ego dissolve? You're just going to say, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to look stupid. I'm going to do the montage. I'm going to put on the headphones, the earbuds, the power music, and I'm just going to do it. Or I'm going to let my old identity, my old narrative, and the littler version of ourselves, the one that stays hidden and small, run back to where you came from so you can have hot chocolate and not even look at the mountain. And that's okay. Both are okay. Because if the mountain is not something that you truly love and are passionate about, maybe you shouldn't climb it. And trust your own choices, right, as well. But on the other hand, we also have to look at Is the mountain something that's really calling us? Is it something that we want to put our love into? And do we want the world to see it? If you don't make it, it won't exist. So what happens right before the shift? How do we loosen up? How do we climb the mountain without freaking out that we don't have, all the gear to go up? Before I answer that question, physically, how does it feel in your body? I get tired. I get irritable. I feel like I have no ideas. And because of that, I feel like super heavy, and then I procrastinate and I say, no, I'm just going to watch a movie first. I'm integrating, I'm resting, I'm doing all of these other things to take care of me instead of actually climb the mountain. So I'm like walking around the mountain. Maybe I'm going to the store and I'm buying hiking gear and I'm buying water and I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm not thinking about it. Maybe I went back to the cabin to get hot chocolate and I've decided I'm going to come back later. The mountain's not going anywhere, so that's okay. I'm sure you can hear the kids yelling, but I feel so motivated to record this video right now. So as I'm saying motivation, the motivation is also a dip, right? That's also a physical dip, I find. But we lose the excitement. We're not as zesty and like rad and like ready to go and feeling the vibes. And like, when you wake up in the morning and you're really excited to go on a plane and you're like, I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to wake up 15 minutes early and I'm going to shower. But the opposite happens when we have the dip. You're like, I don't want to shower. I don't want to wake up. I want to sleep in. I'm going to watch this movie. And even that causes you to question your why. Like, why am I doing this? Are we getting a creative block? Are we comparing ourselves to others? Like, why am I doing this? Their art is so much better. Why am I doing this? They're so much more famous. That's where I kind of come into the comparison steals my joy. And I start overthinking, and then I start doubting, and then here we go. We're on a good spiral. The dip is not a coincidence. It happens to all of us, and it sucks. But what is the dip asking you to do? Can you stay here without forcing it? Do you want to stay at the bottom of the mountain and just look up and look back? Is that a good place to be? Right in purgatory? Can you serve yourself? Can you serve the people that you want to give your offers to without an immediate reward? Are you willing to do this, knowing that nobody's going to give you a little trophy if you get halfway? Like, are you going to be okay with that? And can you create without validation? Do you need somebody to be watching you and cheering you on as you climb this mountain? You're like, hey, way to go. You're doing awesome. Don't look back. So one of the things that it does is the dip is testing your devotion to your craft, devotion to your passion, to your talents, to your hobby, to what you love to create. It's not about discipline. And I am one that does not say discipline equals results. I am saying alignment equals results. So ask yourself, am I quitting because it's not aligned? Or is it because it's asking me to send it? Is it asking me to just do the thing? So where are you? What is it? How does it feel in your body? So I ask you, where are you in this scenario, in this event right now? Are you hanging out at the cabin, drinking your hot chocolate? Are you standing at the bottom going, I don't know if I can do this? And are you considering quitting? Now, I want to give you full permission. Quitting and changing your mind is not wrong. It is not failure. It's alignment. So this is a point where you're being asked to refine your idea, to stand behind it, to really believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in the reason why you're going to climb this mountain, it's not going to be fun. But if you believe in it with your whole heart and everything that you have, then it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth every single minute. My question to you is, are you quitting because of fear? Because if you're quitting because of fear, it's going to make you feel smaller. It's going to make you feel possibly that shame. You might blame yourself for quitting. You might even feel guilty. And all of those are yucky feelings. We want to avoid that, right? So who are you serving? Are you serving yourself? Are you serving your clients? Are you serving other artists? Don't let the algorithm decide. Who do you want to serve? Is it your neighbor? Is it your partner? Like, why are you wanting to climb this mountain? Why are you wanting to create your craft? Why do you want to write the book? Why do you want to give this workshop? Why do you want to make this art? And when you come back to your craft, it will tell you. You know, for me, I make my art for me, right? I do my coaching for others. I serve others. And I don't need to do it for any reason. I'm not desperate to do it. I do it because I love it. I do it because I know that I can transform my own wounds through a creative craft, through expressive art, so I can feel better for my mental health. I help other people do the exact same thing. We look at the reasons why it's difficult to show up and be visible and feel worthy so they can move into their craft. Or maybe it's just as simple as time management, right? We live busy lives, especially moms, right? Being parents, being employed by the society, all our responsibilities. So before you make the decision to quit, if that is actually something that you feel is most aligned to you, ask your nervous system. Am I acting from a place of fear? Am I reacting, or am I responding to a more alignment? Am I aligning? Am I changing? Am I attempting to push through the dip so I can succeed because it is most aligned? Or am I changing my mind because it is not? And it is time to reevaluate that. Work doesn't need to be louder. It just needs to be true. It needs to match your vibration. It needs to feel good in your body. And it can't be something that you want to do because of money. Because if it's money, then it's just short term and it'll fade. The passion will fade. So the shift doesn't happen when the fear disappears, right? We don't usually make fear just like go away. You can't just be like, fear, see you later. You're still gonna stare at it and it's gonna still feel intimidating either way. But we're not letting it lead. Fear doesn't get to drive, right? The fear is not the decision maker. You're the decision maker. You are the leader. You're the hero in your journey. You're the one who gets to decide, is this the path that I want to go on? Is it worth my effort to succeed? And once you get to that top of that mountain, you get to put a flag on it. You get to win, you get to brag. You get to know that you showed up and you deserve the absolute very best because you put in the work. And for those who have made it all the way to the end of this video, my name is Jenny. I help heart-led creatives overcome fear, doubt, limiting beliefs so they can create whatever they envision into something meaningful, impactful, aligned. And if you want to come and hang out with a bunch of awesome creatives, I have a school community. It's completely free. The link is in the bio. I just want to remind you that you're not the dip. You're not falling behind. You're doing this exactly at your own pace and honoring your journey and your path. That's huge. So if you're still here, I know you want to climb that mountain, and I know that there is something deeper within you, that whatever your passion is that you're creating means that you're not going to quit. Just remember your why. Remember your alignment. Remember how it feels in your body to be doing something you absolutely fucking love. So stay with your work a little bit longer. Let the dip teach you what you need to learn instead of sending you back to start. Sometimes the dip is not the end. It's the doorway.